Well, hello. It's time for a new episode from Learn Flute Online. I'm Rebecca Fuller, and today we're going to talk about what you need to know to have clear tone on flute. We all need to know. This is episode 87. Let's get started.
You can do it, and Rebecca will show you how. Step by step all along the way. Introducing the Learn Flute Podcast.
Well, hey there again. I'm glad to have you here, where we will again, for the 87th podcast in a row, learn even more about how to play the flute well. Now, in these podcast episodes, we are obviously discussing subjects that can be talked about instead of demonstrated or shown like we do in the learning videos inside the membership area. Now, there's a ton in there for you, and I want to invite you into a lesson today. Now, if you have questions about how, simply leave a comment here or email me at rebecca@learnfluteonline.com. Now, today we're going to be talking about exactly what is the most near and dear thing to every flute player's heart, and that's our tone, which is what we sound like, the actual essence inside what is audible. Now, we flutists take it pretty personal when we play, and the reason is because unlike many other instruments that are hit or plucked, etc., where the instrument itself is making the noise, the flute is a whole different baby. The flute's tone is created with our wind. Now, as we blow, our airstream that is coming from our lips has to be crafted carefully into the perfect shape and size, and then split carefully on the outside edge of the metal lip plate of our flute. Now, this is what creates the sound, and the quality of that sound is all dependent on how well we know our technicalities, or we can use the word technique to describe it. So, when two players are sitting next to each other, blowing into what looks like clones of the same instrument, it's interesting to note that they most often do not sound the same at all. So, how can we improve what we sound like? Our tone is both the most rewarding and the most frustrating thing about our practice session or performance. And it's a really good question. The answer is long. You might have thought I was going to say something like, well, you just push this one little button right here and things just clear right up. Well, I wish it were that simple. Nope, actually, we do have a recipe of sorts that we can go through that will fix you all up and make things pretty and tight. Now, let's start with the most obvious item on the list, and that's the instrument that you play. Now, we should start here because depending on the quality and condition of your flute, your technique can be foiled before even the get-go. Low quality flutes can still sound decent, but it all just depends on a few features. But mostly it depends on the condition of it. Now, if there are leaking pads and gummed up mechanism with soot and grime, then the fuzzies will be ever present no matter what you do. So let's assume that your flute is pretty great and you're ready to go. Well, what kinds of things can throw off your tone? Well, again, there's a list of things. Let's touch on a couple of them here today. First, we should know, and it might be obvious, that our flute can only play as well as we can. Now, that's a funny statement, but ever so true. If we're a brand new flute player and we're a beginner and we pick up a $10,000 flute, we probably will still have the airy, gritty tone no matter how hard we try. And this is simply due to the fact that we haven't yet learned how to shape our aperture perfectly, amongst other skills we need to fine-tune. Now, the little tiny muscles in our lips and surrounding our mouth can't just be commanded to form a perfect hole for flute playing. They have to be coddled and nurtured along through a process. It's a lot like learning to speak a foreign tongue that has a strange sound in it, that has to be practiced a lot and tweaked to perfection until it sounds native and fluent. It's very similar to teaching our lips and our little mouth movements to form at the precise moment we get our fingers into a certain pattern on the keys of our flute, and then combine this with the amount of air pressure blown and in what precise angle it's being directed to. Whew, I guess that sounds like a complicated process, but it's really not. Now, if these skills are demonstrated and broken down into the tiniest movements and carefully followed and trained, we can all sound resonant and clear. It's a cool thing, and I'm here to help you. Relaxation also plays into clear tone as a very large percentage of beauty because it allows resonance in our tone. Yep, relaxation and resonance go together. But if the word resonance is new to you, let me describe it in this way. It's like walking into a room that appears to be very organized, comfortable and homey, yet richly spacious and full of intricate and delicate art and workmanship. Now that would be the description of a nice, full, round, resonant tone, as compared to walking into a room that is disorganized, dirty, has a really low ceiling, and is very small. That would be equivalent to tone that is thin and pigpen gritty. Now, there's a lot to imagining when you want to sound really good. And if you can imagine what you want to sound like, that really helps as well. Now, I had fun describing these different tones to you just now, and I bet has already enhanced your idea of what you want to sound like. Now, the good news is that you don't have to assume that learning good tone can only be done on accident either. I can teach you the right ways to practice it and look at it. In fact, I have a mini course that I open every single year at the beginning of the year where we do just this. We lay it out there for you in plain and simple techniques that foster clear, resonant tone. It's my tone-only course, and I usually open the enrollment every January when we're focusing on itemizing what we want to improve on for the new year. It's a perfect time to look closely at what we can do for our flute playing abilities. Now, inside that course, there are 10 days of separate skills taught. And each day, I send you to a new page that is stocked with information, videos, and exercises to take you to the next level of your ability. And no matter your current level, we all can learn. I'm always learning and discovering what I can do to better my tone, and I've been playing the flute for 35 years. So I hope this podcast has reached you just in time to get yourself into the 10 days to Terrific Tone course. And if not, it's okay. Maybe you can catch it on the replay this year. It's definitely worth taking. Now, I started it about 3 years ago, and I've added to it each time I've taught it. So it's full of review and new each year. You will love it. Now, just make sure you're on my email list so you can receive the notification right and at the right time when it's time to register. I usually give a couple of days notice as well, and then we just go for it. Now, let me know what part of your tone keeps you up at night, or is it just not happening easily for you? I'd like to help. Check out the comments section here and make sure you get as detailed as you want. I take it all into account and put the fixes into easy to follow, broken down video tutorials for you in courses right here at learnfluteonline.com. It's awesome. And so are you. Thanks for being here. Bye now.
Thanks for listening today. Remember that this is where people of all ages, such as you, can come, learn, and play the musical instrument flute in an easy-to-follow, organized manner, and in the privacy and comfort of your own home, on your own schedule.